Saying no. Niggas know how I'm bumming, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is thick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick, hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine, I'm on the goal line. And I'm going for 6, watch me up the score. Caught him at the stove, he was with his hoe. Had to let him know, that's your ass, you don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up, boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch, get off dick, tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air, you see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit, why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke, you get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they in some gang shit. Nigga, you's a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you's a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, that pussy ass a cat.
We fucking live, my niggas.
Tell him free to act. Feeling free to rat, you know he told how you sleep with.
You on mute. Take your mic off mute, nigga.
Heart2Start Fantasy Football Podcast. Kev here. The Guccini fella here. What's happening?
Man, what it do, man? You know, week 5, man, is, you know, one game is in the books, you know. Motherfuckers, you know, maybe 4-0, 3-1, you know, 2-2, 0-4, 1-3, you know what I mean? You know, shit ain't over with, you know, so shit, man. Hopefully, you know, some of this little tad bits of information, aka these isms that we finna drop on y'all, hopefully help y'all survive the week.
Man, because if you had Russell in your lineup this week, or Sutton or Judy, maybe not Sutton. 12 is mediocre. He's been hovering around that 12 to 18 range. Whew, it's ugly. On the flip side, if you picked up Jackson during the waiver week, he might be somebody with Taylor. But we'll get into that a little bit, though. But, man, we back, man. Week 5, like you said, man, a lot of people might be 1-3, 0-4, you know. 2-2s, you know. It's been a lot of injuries, a lot of rule outs already. Before we start, though, y'all go ahead and follow on the Instagram, Heart2Start Podcast. Y'all go check out the weekly wrap-up, JD and Wax. Shout out to Wax. Dropped last night talking about everything all around sports, not just football.
Yeah.
Talking about everything.
We're going to try and touch on everything, you know. Anything breaking, we talking about it. And, you know, and Wax put it out there, man. If any of y'all got something that y'all want us to touch on, man, just, you know, tap in, man, you know. Send it to us, man. We'll touch on that shit, bro. I think probably by Wednesday, every Wednesday, I'll throw up something on the IG. You know how you can do the little questions or some shit like that, and you know I'll just put, man, what y'all want us to talk about on Friday's show. Y'all can hit us like that, 100%. But yeah, go check that shit out, man. We kicked it like a motherfucker, man.
Yes. I long few days for me, man. Shout out to Hall of Flowers, man. I was asleep by about 9:45. Whenever y'all started the show, I was asleep 2 minutes later. I was trying to make sure that sound was right. It was over, man. This show is also sponsored by Ellis Greens.
100%, man. You know, stoner tested, culture approved, man. 100%. And like I said last night, man, I got to taste it finally before the shit hit the streets or hit the market. Excuse me, man. And that shit is no motherfucking punk, doggy.
And the new batch?
100%. Don't do them like that.
It's coming.
Hey,
it's coming. Let's jump into
it.
Hey,
but wait. Before we get into it, like how you said you would sleep at 9:45. So I grew up with your ass, bro. And you do fall asleep instantly, bro. Oh, every day. With no problem. I wish I could sleep like that. Oh, every day.
If I'm tired enough, you know, the right position, the right eye, I can go.
Good. It's night time. Shout out to the nights. In stores now.
In stores now, man. Go to Humble Root, Elevated Supply, Coach, soon to come into a few dispensaries near you. Let's jump straight into it, though, man. Where we at? We got, let's see. We got Indiana. And Denver, man. Russ, Danger Russ. The memes is out. It's safe.
Hey, your lineup is Danger Russ if you got him in there, bro.
I try to give you one more week.
I played him in the Ashy Dynasty, trying to thinking this was the one. Oh, everything, bruh. Fucking
Man,
A, bruh.
Russ is in trouble.
Man.
Denver's in trouble. No run game. Melvin ain't gonna do it. Boone ain't gonna do it. Judy, I don't know what it is. It's really Russ. I mean, what was he like? 21 for 46? Like, what is it, man? I mean,
Did you see the one that he missed Hamler, and Hamler went brazy right there, took his helmet off, threw the helmet down like, bro, you fucking completely missed me. You locked in on Brad.
bro, you know the players is thinking in their head, like, even in the locker room, like, y'all gave him two, what he get? Two what?
250,
250?
225.
They
Something like
like, this a $250 million man. My life is on the line and he can't even get it to me. Players is hot.
facts on everything, Brad.
He need to get some more goodies.
So the question is coming up now, is he
Pierre
gonna
ain't giving him no goodies, man. Go ahead.
right? That's what it is. He ain't got to let his rocks off, huh?
He's
She got a
celibate for
new
the
video. I
season.
was scrolling through YouTube today. I forgot who she got in the video with her on the song, but she got a new joint out right now too.
He's
My mama.
celibate for the season. He needs to switch it up. Whatever he's doing, he needs to switch it all the way up. On the cold side, Michael Pittman, is he sell now? Or, I mean, he had 10. Is the window closed? Or
I mean, shit, bro. I would say the window kind of closed for you to try and get a ROI or at least break even. You know what I mean? Now you breaking him down for two bench players. If you really need the depth, and he ain't producing like where you drafted him, man, because you
you
got
got to
him.
hold on. You got to hold on to Pittman.
You got
You got
to,
to
but
hold
you got to
on to
make
him. They
sure
don't
that
have nobody else that's going to get the ball right now. I
well,
mean,
Alec did his thing
Pierce.
on Thursday.
That
Hopefully
was
that
Pierce.
helps. But Matt Ryan in the funk that he's in, and the offensive line, allowing the pass rush to get in, and then on top of the Frank Wright, you know what I mean? And to me, like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, that maybe it wasn't Wentz. Maybe it was, or it could have been 50-50. It could have been part Wentz, part right. You know what I mean? Now it's looking like it's 100% right, or 80, at least 75. They
Well, I'm going to
right where
say
they
this.
was
They did win the game.
on 4 field
The
goals.
defense was getting to Matt Ryan at ease. Denver's the defense is the only bright thing over there. So I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up on Pittman yet. I'm giving up on Russ though. He got cut in AOB. He's on the wire.
Yeah, that was finna be my question. Can you really drop Russ?
I'm gonna go pick him up if he clear waivers, just because they got an easier schedule. And it's gonna get to where it's like, man, look, are you gonna get it together, or you owe Denver some money?
You owe Denver some money. What the fuck? Hey, we gonna need you to run some of that back.
We'll have to run something back, bro.
Yeah.
We need a replay, my bro.
And I had a few shares of Hines, and I just knew that Hines was gonna at least get a good 12. Oh my mama, and boy, that shit hurt.
You traded him when you could.
Right, I should have. Oh my mama.
But it happens,
Right.
It happens. Let's go to the first game. London game. Giants versus Green Bay. It feels good to wake up at 6:30 and watch football. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, definitely. Last week, shout out to the 420 crew and the playmakers, man. I was on a stream last Sunday, man. I think I jumped on about 6:30. Huss was already rocking out. So I came in about 5 minutes in the first quarter, man, and we rocked all the way to I rocked all the way to the first 10 o'clock games. So my mama, man. So I'm planning on jumping on again in the morning with them fellas. So y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow on the GM Network in the Hustler channel, man.
I'm gonna have to go check that out in the morning, man. I'll definitely be up, man. One of the twins always wake up early. Cold game. Big Barkley game. This game. Green Bay, one of the worst teams in the league against the run. Last week, New England did a good number on them. That's who they played last week. I'm a little high right now. I'm like 99% positive playing
Oh,
New
they
England.
will Green Bay. I mean, New
Yeah,
England, but
New England.
last
New
week.
England combined. Stevenson and Harris. They ran well against them. They're gonna have to have a chance in this game. They go as Barkley goes. Green Bay on the Green Bay side. A lot of people put real estate into having Dylan. Hoping that he can continue the production that he did last year with Aaron Jones. But as of right now, it's not looking like it. He's getting about 74 yards. You know, not too many catches, even though he was getting targeted a lot the first few weeks. Are you worried about AJ Dillon? Is he out of your lineups? I got him on the bench in the league.
Nah, I'm still firing him up as a flex play because the carries is there, the yardage is still there. He just ain't scored, and they going against the Giants. If they get up on the Giants, the game script is in his favor, and I think they gonna go in there and go ahead and handle their business. What I mean? This might be the game where he scored and get you that 15, 16 that you've been hoping that he can get you on a consistent basis. You know. But the solid nines and shit, what I mean, that gives me, I'm a half glass full guy until I really see the trend really starting to go ice cold. And the trend ain't went ice cold because like I said, the volume is there for him.
I mean,
Everything.
I'm playing because Lamb with the groin going against the Rams. I am playing Dylan over CeeDee Lamb tomorrow in a league. How you feel about that?
Shit. That's kind of scary right there. But that's what we call hard to start. You
That's
know what I mean?
hard to start.
Oh my mama, what's your record in that league, G?
1-3.
Oh yeah, that's why you got to go for the gusto on that one.
I mean, I just traded for CeeDee Lamb and CEH in that league. You know what I'm saying? And played Lamb last week. But
Man, on sleeper,
Allen the
man, it say
groin.
the Giants only got 3 active receivers: Slayton, Seals, and Richie fucking James, bruh.
Hey,
Who's he
they're
going
gonna
to ball
run the
to
ball.
tomorrow morning, man? They should have called me, man. I could have suited up, bruh. 100%. What is that? A 10 hour? That's what is that? A 12-hour flight from here?
Dobbs, are you in on Dobbs? Is he a must start every week now?
Yeah, he's a flex play for sure.
I mean, are you playing him over?
What's up, Dreams?
Are you playing Dobbs over Deontay Johnson right now?
Yeah, I do that.
Whoo!
This week because
These hard to
Deontay got
starts you giving y'all right now.
he got he got the Bills this week. He got the Bills tomorrow. He gonna hit it. His volume's still gonna be there. Deontay shit gonna be there, but I like the chances of Dobbs scoring better than Deontay scoring, especially
DK
with the
Metcalf or
quarterback.
Dobbs?
Huh?
DK Metcalf or Dobbs?
Seattle
Dubes. I
got
hope I'm not saying his name wrong.
who Seattle got this week? Let me
New
see.
Orleans.
Oh yeah, give me give me Dobbs because Marshawn gonna
I'm
be
gonna give you one more.
Marshawn gonna be
Godwin versus Atlanta or Dobbs?
Godwin easily. Godwin gonna have 10 receptions.
So, moral of the story is we trust in Dobbs.
Yeah, especially this week.
Pittsburgh versus Buffalo. Kenny Pickett, welcome to your first NFL start. You're going against one of the best defenses in the league this week. Buffalo banged up on the other side on the wide receiver tip. Dawson Knox ruled out. McKenzie's a game time call, concussion protocol, but he has been involved in practice. Shakur might be a nice DFS play this week. Gabriel Davis with the bounce back this week. I always like to check on warm ups. See if I can catch a video or two of how he's moving. He
Yeah.
was a full participant, but other than that, let's talk about some of the main things. Is
Najee
Harris, like, is he a trust? Like, he's not the RB1 that you drafted.
No, he's definitely not, bro. He's not getting used in the pass game. He only got 10 motherfucking receptions for 48 yards and a tut in 4 games. You know what I mean? And 2 touch total in 4 games. They say he the 26th ranked RB right now. You know?
You can't not start him.
No, that's for sure. You can't. Everything you have to fire him up, but you got to be hoping that your second round pick is the one that's making up the second and the third round pick, or if you hit on one of them gems in the later round, you got James Robinson or somebody to pair with him, and then you stay in the float. 100%. But shit, what you gonna do with him? He's like one of them motherfuckers that you got to beg to take in a trade.
Man, I traded him before the week started.
Yeah, I
Before
remember
week
you was
one
talking
started.
about that. Oh my mama.
Trader's remorse. That's bad drafting. I mean, drafter's remorse.
No, 100%. Yeah, I'm kind of shook at it for him though. I think we were saying that 2 weeks ago though. Everything.
Fire move.
Oh, he's
One of my
continuing to do his
favorite.
thing, bro.
He's one of my favorite tight ends going into the year. Are you trusting Singletary this week? Is this a Singletary? Can you trust any running back over there? Obviously, can you trust Singletary? Because it's not Cook. It's not, you know what I'm saying, what Moss. Singletary this is my advice. Singletary had one good game. All you Singletary owners trade him immediately.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, in week 1, it say that he hit for 12, and then week 2 he hit for 5, and then Miami and Baltimore 28 and 16. You know what I mean? So it's looking like he's establishing a little bit of him being the guy, especially when you got the last 2 games a 73% snap share and a 88% snap share. But James Cook, you would think that they trying to also get the young bro out there, but last week he didn't do shit. He had 1 target, that was it, no carries, no nothing. So it looked like that it is Albert. What's up, big bro? You got it, doggies. I mean, it do look like it's Singletary backfield as right now, bro. So
So hope he has a 15 to 20 game. Get him out.
Yeah, no, definitely. If he do hit, that'd be 3 games in a row that you can try and have a little bit of a negotiation, a little bit, you know what I mean, a little bit more of a negotiation point with him, having 3 straight games. If he do crack off this week for a double-digit game, you can definitely do a 2-for-1, attack a 2-for-1 with him in it.
Stephon Diggs will have he'll be a top 2 to 3 fantasy receiver this week. He's a number 3 overall right now with a subpar game the last few. Diggs, he'll be a boy this game. Pittsburgh will definitely game plan.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Diggs on everything. It's looking like the year 1 with the Stallion on everything. He's coming pure dominance right now. He's turned up. I guess he felt a little disrespected last year or something. Going into this offseason, they must have been talking some bullshit because he came out firing, boy. Whoever drafted his motherfucking ass, but shit. 4 TDs in 4 games. He ain't hit no TD for the last 2 games, and he's under 100 yards receiving in these last 2 games. So, yeah, he's due for a breakout. Over-under on him is 79 and a half yards. I'd definitely take the over on that against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh leaking right now.
Leaking. Speaking of somebody else that's leaking, the Chargers. They need a jump.
They need a jump. They can't jump themselves. How a battery going or a lightning bolt gonna jump and its own self? My city truck, bro. Hey, never mind. Let me stop. I don't want to throw them under the bus right now.
Man, the Chargers.
Hey, can we edit that out? It's a live show. Hey,
Cleveland.
Fucking A though. Fucking Hammy. Remember we got that meme, and it's the Thanksgiving ham, and he got the mouth moving. That's That's
Keenan
Keenan
Allen.
right now, bro. What is that? He only played one game this year, bro.
And
That shit
he
hurt
came
right
out
now,
firing. He went too hard game 1.
bruh. And I was one of them boys that was on steady Eddie going into this year, man. I need my solid 15 to 17 points every week, bruh.
I hated him from
I
the
ain't
jump.
mad at that.
But that's how it go. He's older, man. That's why you got to stay away from these 20, 30-year-old, 31-year-olds. Everybody was on the Cordell Patterson. I'm like selling. He's 31. His body
Yeah.
ain't holding up. What y'all think he about to do?
Yeah, but see, they were supposed to keep getting them other boys in the mix too, though. He's still hitting them 2 games
They
that he
got
went
all
over
that
the
money
dollar.
they
He
didn't
went,
spent. They want to win now.
huh?
They got all that money that Arthur didn't spent. They want to get it now. Come on.
Man, they
They
ain't
don't even
living in
want to develop.
reality, bro. They ain't
They
did
don't
nothing to
want to
make sure that
develop.
they gonna win now.
Hey,
Man,
but
they
look,
spent, bruh,
speaking
they
of
spent
owner,
15 million on Mariota for 2 years, bruh. Man, it's quarterbacks that get fucking 40 million. So that means that they wasn't nowhere thinking about winning this year.
we'll get to them. We'll get to them.
Yeah, no fact.
Eckler had to bounce back, killed last week. I think this is a Herbert week. Cleveland's playing good. Chubb, he gonna run all over these boys. They whole squad is banged up on both sides of the ball. Only person I'm worried about is what Mike Williams are we gonna get?
You said this is a Herbert bounce back game?
What Mike Williams are we gonna get?
Yeah.
If I'm playing DFS, Palmer has not done anything with the opportunities that he got, but he's one of them bounce back candidates that might just have something on the DFS only. That's these are dart throws when I throw those in there. I'm just letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But Everett hamstring good, he playing.
Isn't
Mike,
isn't Miles Garrett is he out? If Miles Garrett is out, let me see, bro. I like what the chances of Herbert being able to card them up. Everything, you know, especially going into Cleveland because the Chargers, them being 2-2 and still lightweight having action because the Raiders ain't did shit, the Broncos ain't did shit, so you still got action at a wild card. You know what I mean? So they definitely need this game, and I agree with you. It could be a Herbert game to where you go in there and go for 325 and 3 T's, especially with Eckler getting back.
it's gonna be Eckler. One of Cleveland's weaknesses is against receiving running backs. They give up probably top 5 worst in the league. So look for the Chargers to attack that. Especially like you said, with Eckler coming off the 34-point fantasy. You know, we'll see though. Cleveland wise, I mean Amari, the pooper scooper, he was solid for two weeks straight. Hopefully
Miles
owner.
Garrett is playing. Yeah, so shit. It
Are
might
you
be.
worried about? Are you worried about Amari Cooper?
Yeah, nah, yeah. I was on last no on Wednesday they did bogey uh and Hus did a buy a trade shit, and I was one of them. I was on the one saying like it's time to get rid of Cooper Cooper Scooper, excuse me. 'Cause you know what I mean? He had the back-to-back dub games in the second and third week, and then first week a single digit game, and then in week 4 a single digit game. So yeah, nah, fuck that. I'm trying to sell my shares of him, bro. It's gonna be too much inconsistency, and that's what his career is. Too much motherfucking inconsistency as a fantasy player. So yeah, definitely.
Sell the scooper. Chicago versus Minnesota. We are just talking off air about how bad Fields is. I ain't even gonna say Fields is how bad the Bears are. We need to get the Bears, Brews, and the Bros. One of the
Shout
fellas
out to
on
my
here.
dogs, man.
Shout out to them, Sweetness
My
with me
dog
last week.
Renegade is living it up right now out in Cancun and Tulum right now, boy. Oh my mama. I see you, bruh.
Dalvin, talk to me.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling about him?
Man, I love him this week. Pause. For the next 3 weeks, if you look at his schedule, Chicago, Miami, I think is in there. Excuse me for squinting like that, dog. I had to kind of think about what the motherfucking schedule is. Yeah, Chicago, Miami, a bye, and then you got Arizona. So I like these next 3 weeks for him. 100%. I think he goes or these next 3 games because he got the bye in between. So yeah, I think he's go ahead and he's a buy low candidate right now before this week. 100%.
Hey, I don't know what O'Connell's over there doing, but it ain't what we thought he was gonna be doing, right?
Yeah, he learning on the fly, you know. 100%. But they still 3-1 right now, though, you know. So they still got action, and it's them in Green Bay at the top of the division. You know what I mean?
Cousins bounced back. He's been.
I mean, shit, he was able to pull the win out in London, and they needed that. You know what I mean? You know, Cousins, and they at home this week too. So I definitely like for him to get close to $3 and 3 tutties. I like for Justin Jefferson to have a yay game like he did last week. It's back to back for him because he went back to back solo dolo. I mean, you know, church mouse games. You know, he coming back for his dominance. 100% against the Bears at home.
Adam Thielen, you've been sticking by Thielen. Are you fine? He had a 15-point outer last week. Are you trusting him for the rest or to?
And I missed out. And I missed out on the week before that too on my mama because for the first 2 weeks, them little quiet nines and little quiet Ninas, you know, wasn't doing nothing for me, and I was able to win one of the, you know, 1-1 in the first 2 weeks. But now, you know, I got the points last week, so yeah, now I'm rocking with him. You know?
Sell him now.
Hurry up.
Hurry up. Thielen is the number 33 fantasy wide receiver, and he has almost 19% target share. 12% end zone target share. Do you want to hear something else?
Yeah.
He's only had one game this season above 1.6 yards per route run.
Yeah, he's a fucking red zone guy. But the game where he had the who was it? Oh, they was getting their ass whooped by the Eagles. He was getting the garbage time points, and that saved his day. That was the game that I missed out on, I think it was. And then the following week is when I hit, bruh. The trend is him in the red zone for them being the high-powered offense that they supposed to be. You know what I mean? He was doing it last year. He had 10 TDs last year, I think it was. You know what I mean? He's done that. For the last couple of years, that's what he's been. Is a red zone motherfucker. So all the A dots and all that, his A dot could be a 6 and lower, but because I know he getting usage in the red zone.
Boom or bust. He gonna have another good game this week. He gonna catch at least a touchdown, get y'all 14, 13 fantasy points.
That's all I need.
Other than that, sell him now. Chicago side of it. Can you trust any pass catcher on Chicago or Herbert as a running back with Montgomery possibly playing?
Shit, you gotta trust St. Brown. Fuck no, you ain't trusting.
You ain't trusting no wide receiver on the Bears. No pass catcher.
It's kind of hard, bro. You know, and then you had Herbert, who was one of the top wire ads last week, and you know he was able to go ahead and get you a solid 18, 19 points, you know, depending on how your format was. You know what I mean? So that's lightweight of a bright spot, probably the only bright spot that they got fantasy relevant wise. So shit.
Detroit versus New England. I said it before the show. Ramondre and Harris about to run all over Detroit. They're about to run all over them. Is they gonna win the game? No. Are they gonna try to run every chance they get? Yes.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. You know, I hopefully this is Ramondre's coming out party because you know I was high on him coming into the season dynasty wise and and redraft rides. You know, so I'm looking for that breakout game for him for sure, bro. And you know, Detroit, all their games have been all high scoring games. You know what I mean? It ain't like they just shutting shit down, but they ain't scared of nothing too though. So hopefully we do get a 45 or whatever it was like last week. You know, with fucking Bailey Zappi. He didn't threw for 60 TDs, you know what I mean, last year on everything. That motherfucker, he's a gunslinger
Well,
on
if they
every
had some pass catchers, maybe we could see, but we'll
shit.
see.
Fucking
No Swift.
Parker's a lightweight
Even
fantasy
Myers.
relevant dude.
Myers is,
That's Nelson Aguilar in deeper formats in a 14 team league.
Jacoby
Aguilar
Myers.
got and Myers, you said Myers is out?
Nah, he playing.
Oh, you playing? Okay, see.
He's still
Everything's out. We're not
questionable,
afraid
but
to fire
he's
that
supposed
bitch.
to be playing.
Huh?
Hawkinson, we know he's not going to do the same thing again. But New England historically has been great against tight ends.
And I'm glad that Tyquan Thornton back too. He was one of my sleepers coming into the season. I got a few shares of him in Dynasty. That's my guy right there. Everything.
Swift, do you buy Swift right now with him being hurt while he's getting
Oh,
better?
I don't know. You know what I mean? This is that same shit every year with Swift. You know what I mean? 14 games. But you know, in 14 games, he give you 700 and 700, you know, but shit. When the first two games that he was playing, Jamal Williams was highly active too. So you know what I mean? Shit. If you buying low on him, you better make sure you put that Geico on him with Jamal, bro. Because I can't afford to be getting, you know, him boom, 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 booming. And then we get into week 14. Here come week 15, the fantasy playoffs. And I got to sit him for a week or two, you know. I don't know.
We shall see.
What you doing on him? You trying to invest in anyone right now?
Swift, nah. I'll take Jamal Williams, though. I traded Swift away after while he was hurt, hoping somebody will, feel like they can get somebody a steal when they get back. Let's talk about Geno Smith. Is he startable? He's been. Is he starting to be like a must-start player?
Damn, bro. Yeah, especially if you got some of them quarterbacks that, or you waited to get a quarterback, and the quarterback that you waited to get wasn't doing shit. But you got to remember too, though, it was Detroit last week and fucking Atlanta the week before, and Denver. Denver defense good too, though. So you know what I mean. We can't knock that first week, but yeah, though when he played the Niners shut that shit down. So in Detroit, I mean New Orleans ain't no slouch neither. You know what I mean on defense, but the way that it's looking, yeah, Geno was a good wire pickup. Even if you got a good quarterback, you know what I mean it was a good pickup because you know you might be able to ship off your good quarterback and break him down and get deeper somewhere.
I'll
Geno
leave
got the
Geno. I'll
weapons.
leave Geno alone this game, but I'll see what he do against New
Yeah,
Orleans.
nah, definitely. It was a good bench stash. He got
Kamara
the
back.
weapons.
He got the weapons. This game I'm more on the Lockett side. Lockett is better against the zone on their team.
Fuck, bro.
Penny, I'm interested to see how he do. Is he gonna get back to, because the carries have been there for him, but the yards aren't. So is that what it takes for Penny to get going? To be fantasy relevant, is he has to have the yards because we know he's going to get the carries?
Yeah, because he ain't doing nothing in the receiving game, so that's the only way that he's gonna be fantasy relevant if he crack off how he cracked off and he get in that end zone. But it just we seen it the last 4 weeks of last year, but Sunday was the first time us seeing the shit. You know what I mean? For $1.51 out of nowhere, is that sustainable? That I don't know with Penny. You know what I mean? But you motherfuckers got Penny in the 7-8 round. You know what I mean? So, but shit.
I want to ask you a quarterback question real quick while we on this one. Geno or Stafford? Who you starting?
The Rams got the Cowboys this week. I like the Rams at home. Give me Stafford this week. I like that for a bounce back. They need that. They need that bad. The way that they just got their ass whipped on Monday night.
Gino or Trevor Lawrence?
Who does the?
Houston.
Oh yeah, T Law. Give me what? Give me Gino on that one, bro.
Gino or Teddy Bridgewater versus the Jets?
Give me Teddy B. I like Teddy to go out with a bang this week. Not saying that he ain't playing the following week. What's up, bro?
I need to see one more game of Gino. Give me one more. Gabe Davis or Jacobs? Safe floor, Jacobs. Ceiling, Gabe Davis.
Yeah, Gabe against Pittsburgh though, bro. I like Gabe against Pittsburgh, but
Jacobs gonna give you 12 to 15.
yeah, against Kansas City, and they gonna need for him to run that ball though.
NPR and PPR.
He's getting all the work. So, like Cuzzo said, for a 4-play, you know what I mean? And you might get lucky that he scored. Floor, 12 to 15, but he might score. But Gabe Davis, he can go for 3 to 4 catches, $1.20 and a tutty or two. Easily.
I mean, specifically because, Knox is out. You got McKenzie possibly out. It's just adding up for possibly being a Gabe Davis bounce back. But again, was the injury worse than they let on?
Yeah, and then on another note too, though, they playing a rookie quarterback, so you think that the Steelers, even though they a little banged up on defense as well, I mean, they playing. Excuse me, that the Buffalo is a little banged up on defense. They still gonna get to that rookie quarterback and then create more opportunities for Buffalo's offense, and they gonna keep the foot on the pedal.
They're not gonna run the ball,
huh?
And they're not gonna run the ball,
right? They not a run first team. They quarterback they first option, but still though, he's still gonna throw for $3, $3+ easily. Run it up.
I think I'm gonna take Jacobs right here.
I'm not. I'm going with Gabe.
I think I'm gonna take Jacobs because I don't think Gabe Davis is his second, the third best player. He's probably this is probably really a flex conversation. So depending on how strong my other players are, if I got players that could get 30s and 40s, I'm gonna stick with Jacobs. If I need a big boom and I have Sutton playing and Russ or something, I might go Gabe. I'll go Gabe. Let's see.
Red Rifle didn't look too bad in London last week, though.
Man, I'm saying Kamara back this week too.
He kept Olave relevant because I was shook at it on Olave going into last week.
Olave is a must start from here on out, no matter what.
Olave, that doggy, no Mike Thomas last week. It was just him and Landry out there. Callaway, you know what I mean? Man, Olave's that boy, bro. Surely.
Olave or
I'm
Chris?
mad that I missed out on that ticket right there, bro.
I'm mad I traded him.
You traded him?
I traded him. I need a running back. I made a mistake. Olave or Terry McLaurin?
It's Olave, bro.
Olave or Jalen Waddle?
Waddle a little banged up right now, and then it ain't no Tua. But if it was Tua, I'm taking Waddle over there. So for this week, of course, it's gonna be Olave because he's the number one dog over there. But I'm not afraid of Teddy for 2 games. With if I have shares of Hill or Waddle, Teddy gonna be able to get him the ball. That's for sure. And both of them dudes is too good to not be able to cook somebody for Teddy to get the ball to him. You know what I mean? And McDaniel, he come from the tree, and McDaniel, out of all the rookie head coaches, out of him, the boy in Denver, the boy in Minnesota, even though he 3-1, you know what I mean? But he looking like he the best right now out of the rookie coaches. Oh my mama. And he got to play with a backup for a couple of weeks. So if they continue to hold the fort down to Tua come back, hey, you ain't your shares of either one of them receivers ain't dipped off.
Let me ask you this: Kamara, he had one good game. You keeping him? You riding him? Is you shipping him off? He
If
playing
I
this
got
week.
him,
He playing
if
this
I
week.
got him, I'm still riding him out. You know what I mean?
How many people did he fuck last week by not playing and people in London? Hey, out of all my leagues, I think you took him out in the league because you be up early. But all my other leagues, only one league had somebody not play Kamara.
Damn.
And the reason that league dude took Kamara out, right?
We just got some breaking news too.
He was in London. He was in London. The homie was in London for Fashion Week. What's the breaking news?
Montgomery playing. Yep.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, nah, that Kamara shit, bro, it's showing the hell fucked a lot of people up on because you go into Saturday and no news came across the board. But you know what I mean? It felt like once Mike Thomas and Jameis was all ruled out, fuck it. We're just gonna let Kamara breathe for another day, another week. Let him get tightened up and let him go ahead and go on his run.
We'll see. Miami versus the Jets. Jets got a nice win last week. Brees Hall a little banged up. He should get the bulk of the carries again if he's not. Garrett Wilson back to kind of, Zach Wilson throwing to him. I got a question. I meant to ask you this. My bad, y'all. Out of the Seattle, I want to ask you a question. Will Disley has always been touchdown dependent, but he's always, when healthy, got touchdowns. Is he trustable from here on out? I mean, for the foreseeable future.
Shit, man.
12 fantasy points, 13 fantasy points. He had a dud and another 13. Every game he's had over 12, he's had a touchdown.
Man. Yeah, the fucking the trend is saying he is, bro. Gino looking for bro. He doing what he's supposed to do to get looks. So yeah, I mean, shit, the trend is there. And the TDs is what's saving him, but he ain't gonna score. And he had a break, so that's back-to-back TDs. So he not scoring a TD a game. That's for damn sure. So it's gonna be some. If he getting 3, the game he didn't score, he only had fucking 2 points. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be some more of them. So you're gonna have to live with that. But yeah. Especially, if you ain't got one of the top tight ends, that's what you're looking for right there. 3 receptions, 43 yards, and a tutty. That's what's making him relevant.
Miami versus the Jets.
You got some shares with Disley?
I don't have no shares. I picked them up in a few leagues where I have some hurt tight ends. Pitts is hurt.
Yeah. Somebody just got him in a league that I just seen just got him today.
Let's do a question right quick. Rough week at flex. 2 of the 3. Corey Davis, Pickens, Brian Robinson. I'm going with Davis and Pickens. You can't trust Robinson left. But I like these stashes that you got here with Pickens and Brian Robinson.
Davis or Pickens. Yeah, I like Pickens, bro. Out of them 3, I'll give Brian Robinson a week. But Brian Robinson is probably, it's him and Pickens in the forsake future. You know what I mean? They definitely finna be able to be fired up here. Pickens is, what's the quarterback name? The rookie?
Pickett
finna,
Pickens.
Yeah. Pickett finna he finna start firing that boy up.
Let's go. Let's talk about Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I mean, you mentioned Waddle banged up. Is it time to sell him?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, you know what I mean? Last week, the little the shock of what happened, and the team that they played, and that team they needed that game to bad too. Cincinnati, it was his first bad. Oh no, it was his first bad game of the season. I mean, I'm not shook at it for him. Like I said, and you got the Jets, the Vikings, Pittsburgh, and Detroit. You got easy schedule, easy eating schedule for the next 4 games on everything. So yeah, and Tua be back. Tua probably be back by the Pittsburgh. They buy his week 11. I don't see him sitting out that long, and that's a whole 5 months. That's a whole month and a half on everything. That's November. They gonna try and get him back within the next 3 weeks. So if Teddy can hold it down, and which I think he can, and he gonna keep Tyreek and Jalen relevant. I think he can do it, bro. He done it before in Denver with Sutton and Judy, I think it was.
Yeah, I could dig it. Let's not talk about the Jets. We got to see. There's
Nah,
nothing you
Brees
can
Hall
say.
is relevant right now.
He relevant. I mean, but
Everything.
honestly, Brees Hall. He's a top back if he didn't have Michael Carter there. I think he'll never be the true workload right now. It's early in the season, maybe later. But anybody that drafted him and where he was going, they're probably struggling right now. So you might be able to buy him for the low. To be honest, maybe I should send G a trade for him. He been
I like
solid
Brees
though.
Hall.
13, 14, 15. Like I love Brees Hall,
I like Brees
especially
Hall,
where
bro.
they
I
drafted
definitely
him.
try
I
and go
like him
get
as
him.
a player.
If I had a stud and I'm trying to get deeper, a stud at running back, what I mean, name guy, he's one of the guys that I'm targeting to try and break down to go get. Excuse me, to go get. I'll break somebody down to go get Brees. Because Brees, he been solid.
I'm gonna send G. Let's see if he takes it right now. Brees Hall and Devontae Smith. I'm gonna send them Gabe Davis and Jeff Wilson. He wants Gabe Davis to go with Josh Allen.
Oh, he won his that. That's in ALB?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if we can get him to jump on that. But not even looking at Brees Hall, honestly though, the if you can get to the end of the season with him with his last 3 games being Detroit, Jacksonville, Seattle, you good. But you got a rough patch coming. You got Miami right now, Green Bay soft, but then you got Denver, then you got New England, and you got Buffalo. Then you got New England again. All top, good at taking away the run, and definitely great. New England has always been good at taking away the Jets and doing
Yeah,
what
but
they want
Brees,
to do.
he getting used in the receiving game too, though. He got one game of double digit targets, and in the first game he had 9 targets, 6 receptions on both of them games, over 53 yards, 38 yards, and he scored a tutty in one game in the receiving game. So yeah, Brees Hall, he gonna be able to sustain as long as he's healthy. He gonna be able to sustain and hover around that 12 to 15 points easily, and have a breakout game or two. So he is definitely somebody that I am targeting if I want to break somebody down.
Yeah, he should be nice for the rest of the season. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like I said, just let him get you there. Hopefully, you didn't draft him too high. He was going in that 4th round. Some he was slipping late, but a lot of them he was going pretty early. So running backs have been pretty bad. I mean, the top running backs right now are people like James Robinson, Herbert, um, Jamal Williams. And it's
Mac Jamal
crazy.
doing this motherfucking thing, bruh.
Atlanta,
That hard knocks, he showed that he was ready to be that dog. Oh, excuse me.
Atlanta versus Tampa Bay.
The motherfucking ATL stump.
ATL about to get
Oh,
stomped.
fuck,
Tampa
bruh.
need a win.
Yeah, they good though. They in the
They in a bad division. They'll be all right, but
yeah, nah, definitely. And that's all they got to do to get to the dance. And now they finally getting healthier, though. Everything. They about to start clicking. 100%. So don't nobody got me worried over there, bro. Except for Leonard. He a little hobbly right now. Rashad was a hot ad if he was on your wire. You know, but Evans, I think I traded for Evans at the right time. Here come his running mate, and Brady's still slanging that bitch. I got Evans at the right time because I was leaking that wide receiver. My mama. And I'm expecting Mike to continue doing what he did. Look what Mike did last week. 8 for $1.03 and 2 tutties. Who? Fucking A.
Mike's back.
It's time to
He's
go.
mad. Brady, she broke up with him. He's fire's lit. They filing for divorce.
That ain't that. And like you said, the fire is lit on everything. He's ready to go, bruh. Buy low can well shit. If you can't get him before the night, because he finna torch these boys. This is a, a 350 game for him. Facts. I see you. Watch. If Brady going for 350 this not tomorrow. What time is this? Oh, it's an early game too. Hopefully this is the game because the Niners play at 1 o'clock, I think.
Bench everybody on Atlanta, including Drake London.
Fuck no. He gonna be the only one he got to throw to. The volume gonna be
I
there.
like that narrative, but
Drake's solid.
oh, Drake is. I love Drake London. I've sent out trades with nice names for Drake London, but a week with no Kyle Pitts there, even though he hasn't been getting the ball, he still
That's
gets
what I was finna
attention.
say too. The first
Still
couple
get
of games, he
attention.
didn't do shit.
I'm worried.
Yeah, just the presence of him not being on the field, I feel it. And Tampa being able
What
to
you think
probably
about Algiers? You trust him?
not against the Bucks. Again, any running backs against the Bucks, I'm leery of. The Bucks play great defense. They know how to key in on that run. So nah, I ain't fucking with Algier this week. And more Huntley. Facts. Sit them, like you said. Sit everybody in Atlanta. You know. But I probably, if I had to, I play Drake. You know what I mean, based on that, the short volume gonna be there.
I mean, he got action. I like Rashad White. I know you mentioned him about how hobbly Fournette was. I'm definitely stashing White.
What about Cade? Is Cade a good pickup?
I love you too, son. Good night.
That's cuss.
I mean, he's a player that I'm picking up. Not just truly believing that Algiers got it all the way. Even though I like Algiers,
Yeah.
I like Algiers.
How
I
you
don't like
feel
him
about
against
Cade
Tampa.
Otton, tight end guy?
I actually picked him up in a league because I think Bray is going to be out. I think I picked up Otten in one of the leagues that I had Kyle Pitts in, and there's literally nobody on the wire.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to
Nobody
fire
on
up
the
Mo
wire.
Ali on a desperate move in Ashy.
They using 3 tight ends over there. I hate it.
Yeah.
Woods is getting the ball. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Granderson.
Granson. So I'm not really big on anybody over there, especially with what we dealing with what's the name? Tampa though. Godwin back. Again, everybody on Atlanta we benching. Let's go to Washington, man. Bobby Gunshot Robinson, man, back, man. I wouldn't jump too quick on him, but I seen a meme that said the Gibson. He said when they went into the special team meeting, he said something like I'm back or some shit. I forget.
Yeah, he didn't defied the odds. 100%. He coming back. He coming for that chain. He telling Gibby, look, man, this my job, dog. He got a few touches this week. He might shock somebody. And Rivera, Rivera, he's a survivor his motherfucking self. You know what I mean? So, he might want to feature bruh just based on to show that, you know what I mean? Look how good God is, you know what I mean? and he's ready to go 100%. So we might see 10 touches. You know what I mean? Maybe eight carries, a couple targets. You know what I mean?
They say Gibson put the hit out.
Damn. He Tanya harder than Nancy Kerrigan. She hit that bride. She sent the goons on him and hit the bride with in the kneecap, so she couldn't perform in the Olympics or some old shit. Oh my mama, that shit is crazy.
Scary Terry, no Dotson. Is
Yeah.
it Curtis Samuel and Cherry week all week? Is they about to go crazy?
Oh no, bro, this boy, McLaurin. I've been kind of lightweight shook at it for breath. You know, Wentz when it was all three of them. You know what I mean? I seen the consistency and the volume going to 50 Cent Samuel on everything. But McLaurin, as the season goes along, they should be able to get a little bit better of a connection. You know, the week 3 against the Eagles, even though it was a little bit of garbage time, that's what saved him. But hopefully, that gives it a little bit more of a connection. But the Dallas game, it was back to back ass whoopings. You know what I mean? But Diggs, you probably kind of expect. I ain't gonna say you expected the game that he had six targets, two receptions, and 15 yards. You know what I mean? So going against Tennessee this week, nah, I ain't scared of him this week.
Henry, he came back in a strong way, 2 games in a row. With Traylon Burks being out, Robert Woods, how you feel? Is he must start every week no matter what now or what?
Yeah, I like love. I like Bobby Trees. Bobby Trees OG starting to get more and more confident coming off that ACL. Looking like I should have been traded. I still got it. And by default he's stepping up. Hell yeah, but the double back on King Henry, you know what I mean? It's winter time is coming. 100%. We in fall now. You know, it's coming. It's time for him. This is where he started getting ramped up at.
I'm with you on that. Um,
And he getting work
Tennessee
in
support.
he
They
getting
can
work in the
support.
receiving game.
They get Tennessee can support. I'm flipping it to Robert Woods. Tennessee can support one wide receiver, even when AJ Brown was there and Corey Davis was there. Before that, it was always one wide receiver that they'll go heavy to. They brought Burks in and gave him a heavy role as a rookie because, it was a little different with him and Woods. But my point being that Robert Woods could really blow up from this point on based on usage and target share. You looking at any of those other receivers to take on anything that Burks was doing?
Maybe Phillips. And Phillips, because Phillips had a good game in the first game. 9 targets, 6 receptions, 66 yards. The following game, he didn't do shit, and then out the next, and then last week he probably still a little banged up. So yeah, I kind of like Phillips as just a little stash play to see, who
I like
bangs out of
Phillips.
him and Nick. I can't pronounce his last name, but yeah, I would definitely grab either one of them, stash them to see what they doing because you got both of them off. They were definitely on the wire.
Let's jump to this Houston and Jacksonville. I'm streaming Jacksonville defense in this one.
I ain't mad at that Jacksonville defense. They showing up when they pull up. That's
They
for
showing
sure.
up.
For some of us that still play with defenses in they roster, hell yeah.
Man, Brandon Cooks, is he gonna bounce back? Nico Collins been solid, depending on how your league scoring is. Brandon
Right.
Cooks, is this his bounce back, or is the Jags the defense just stingy? They damn near they're top 2 against the run, so Pierce is gonna have a tough day.
Uh, but Pierce getting the volume, so Pierce could break one. He broke an 80, 70-yarder last week, so
Can't argue that.
I don't got no. I'm not scared of firing Pierce up this week. What I mean? I think he can get loose on some way. But back to Cook though, yeah. They gonna need Cook. And Denver, Houston playing pretty good football too, though. You know, they staying in games. It ain't like they just getting drugged through the mud. You know what I mean? You know, like how you said about Nico. Yeah, Nico's a good in deeper formats. If you playing in a 14 team 3 wide receiver setting your league, hell yeah, I like Nico. Nico's starting. He gonna start to come along during the season too. He's a motherfucker that's probably gonna have a good 70 receptions and 5 TDs at the end of the year for about 900 yards, close to a stack for sure.
James Robinson's usage has been going down. Are you worried about it?
Well, you know, I was real big on ETN, so yeah, I hope so.
Man, I don't know, man. I said it a couple times on the podcast. Like the games that James Robinson was getting used a lot, they was winning. You know, I think he's gonna be used a lot this game. If that's the case, it's a division game. We don't know what to expect. They're gonna be playing hard no matter what. But you know, I'm worried about James Robinson. I'll probably selling him. I actually wouldn't mind buying ETN pretty low right now.
Yeah,
and stashing him.
no, definitely. I love ETN. Pause. ETN is, you know, he's able to do both. You know, what I mean, he's been unlucky because he didn't had some action at scoring and he just couldn't put it together. You know, but J Rob, you know, what I mean, he's still going to continue to do his thing. Last week he ran up against the number 1 team in the league. This is a great bounce back game for him for the next three games: Houston, Indy, and New York. So yeah, the Giants. So I ain't giving up on J Rob.
Lawrence or Matt Stafford?
I think you asked me that, and I'm gonna go. Oh no, that was Geno. So I'm gonna still go Stafford. So everything. I think Stafford goes ahead and does his thing against the Cowboys. They need it, bruh. They need this bad.
Christian Kirk bounced back 8 points last week.
Yeah, easily.
Frisco versus Carolina.
Shit. Hopefully Jimmy stays fucking consistent, man. This is the game that you gotta you gotta win. You gotta go and dominate this game. So give me Debo, to perform like how he did last week on Monday night. It might not be 2 tutties, but it's damn sure gonna be 1. You know what I mean? However it's manufactured, he's definitely getting in that end zone. So yeah, you know what I mean? Debo is definitely he's probably the only 49er you really firing up though. Kittle right now is scary right now, bruh. And you was hoping that Kittle was coming to be that guy as a top 5 tight end. It ain't looking that way, bro. He's looking like the biggest decoy there is. Jimmy is his guy.
So, DJ Moore, nada.
Sugar Oh man, I'm not confident firing him up. I'm glad I don't got I'm in 12 leagues. I have him in no leagues. No dynasties, no redrives. Got fired the first 4 games last year, man. And I had to go to I was pissing fire. He burnt me. Pause. That shit was crazy. That nigga, man, I'm not drafting him never again, bro. On everything. Damn it.
Kittle. What Kittle gonna do, man?
I got Kittle in the dynasty, bro. On everything. And I'm firing him up just because I got to. Only other tight end I got is Logan Thomas. On everything. Burnt by motherfucking Kittle, man. On everything. And you would think now that Jimmy is back, that the motherfucker
Kittle would be going stupid.
My bad.
You good? Go ahead.
Nah. FaceTime. Back to Kittle, yeah, man. I mean, and Kittle is the motherfucker you got where Waller was. You know what I mean? That shit is man. Pause, bro. That shit hurt, bro.
That shit stupid, huh?
Man. And DJ Moore was going in at the end of the fourth, fifth round. You know what I mean? And I think that's where I got him at last year. And like I said, let me pull him up what he did in first 4 games last year, bruh. That shit was crazy. Oh my mama, going stupid. 8 targets, 6 receptions, 80 yards, 21 points. Boom. Then week 2, 8 receptions, 70 yards in a tutty. Week 3, 8 for 126. Week 4, 8 113 and 2 tutties. Man, that motherfucker had almost 40 points that game. And then I mean it was lightweight solid, but it was all it was just mediocre shit. You know what I mean? He was a motherfucker I was supposed to sell high on last year. And now here it is. Now he ain't even did shit.
Jeff Wilson, you trusting him?
Oh yeah, easily. I said fire him up last week. It was a lot of motherfuckers because I was on the Sunday show with Huss and Bogey, and I was telling them motherfuckers that he was getting in the end zone against the Rams. That was a
I
given.
remember you saying it for sure. I mean,
Everything.
are you trusting them though? Because
Yeah,
I've sent them to you for some trades and you didn't want them.
Yeah, nah. I mean, because I got some running backs in
can one have too many running backs?
I mean, I got Miles Sanders.
Is that a good question?
Huh?
Is that a good question? Can one have too many running backs?
Well, I'm all right over there. I still got Dylan. I still got I got Gainwell to back up Miles, and then I just lost Hines. And then I got somebody else over there. You put me on the spot. I can't remember it. But yeah, I think I'm all right though. Right now I got to be trading for death in ALB.
I got 2 running
starting to get towards the end of the. You know what I mean?
I got Penny and Wilson for you or something.
Everything.
You believe Penny gonna keep going? Dallas versus the Rams. Schultz, he's a full go. Not that it matters. I don't know if it matters. He hasn't been doing nothing.
Yeah, probably when
Lamb questionable back. With the groin. We've just seen Jeff Wilson and what the 49ers, chose to do, even though we was killing them on the quick passes. But we see with the game plan, what probably was going to be run the ball, which is what's been working for Dallas. Do they continue this versus the Rams, or do the Rams continue to look like they, just paid for salaries but ain't doing nothing, or what? What is it?
This should be a great game. I'm looking forward to watch this game. I think both teams, Dallas is looking good without Dak right now, and the defense is playing pretty good. So that they giving Cooper Rush the opportunity to just drive the car, bro. And then the way that the Rams looked on Monday night, they looking to get back. You know what I mean? The eyes is on them, looking like a Super Bowl hangover, and they got the talent not to have a Super Bowl hangover. You know what I mean? So the only motherfucking disappointing part of the Rams is in fantasy wise is Allen Robinson. You know what I mean? So I think Allen Robinson
is drivable.
As of now, yeah. You know what I mean?
They're not using him for the yards. He's not a big play guy. They targeted him in the red zone. He ain't coming down with them.
Yeah. So
this could be he's damn near Adam Thielen, but worse. But I'm really disrespecting Thielen.
Huh?
He's down there like Adam Thielen without the touchdowns.
Oh yeah. No, Thielen better than him.
No, for sure.
But shit, with Diggs gonna be focused on Cup, Diggs gonna follow him everywhere. This could be a Allen Robinson game, but I don't think nobody's confident enough to start him. I gotta start him. I'm in Bogey's super flex league, the TFL, and your starting format is deeper than a motherfucker, and I'm forced to start him because my receivers on the bench, I don't got none to where I could put him in place of that. I got, I feel confident enough. So yeah, so I'm praying for a Rob game this week.
Man, sucks to be you. Cam Akers.
Ah!
Cam Akers.
Um, I'm not too afraid of Cam Akers this week as a flex play, which he probably that's where you drafted him at, unless you just really
Dallas D tough though.
huh?
Dallas D playing good.
Yeah, no, definitely, but yeah, the way that the Rams, the day offense is predicated on running, establishing that run and all the play action and the bootleg and shit like that. So I think they will. Cam Akers can get you at least a good 10 points tomorrow.
Zeke. Pollard popped up on the injury report. You rocking with Zeke? Is he feeling comfortable or is he TD dependent?
He definitely TD dependent for sure. I mean, that shows for the last 2 seasons, you know. But if he get involved in the receiving game, then yeah, he got action at saving his day. Without if he don't get no TD, because he's gonna get at least 15 carries. That's for sure. If he hitting for 70 yards and got 3-4 receptions for a good 30, 40, there go your 15 points right there.
Philly versus Arizona. Dortch, dud. And I'm only just throwing him out there just because he was a hot pickup. Connor hasn't really been, they haven't been at that same offense. Zach Ertz, solid top 3 tight end still. That's your guy.
Yeah, I just traded for him. He was in the move for ETN. I got Zach Ertz and Gainwell for ETN, and that was a death trade because I had lost Schultz, and that gave me death right there. Because the shout out to the Bamish, he got Kelsey, so he could have made that move. He was trading for death at the running back position. He was looking forward to the playoff. That's a playoff move. I can't be mad at him. He came calling at the right time because Schultz had just went down on my mammoth. I needed that. That helped me out. So I ain't
Yeah,
mad
he
at
went with the
the
winner back.
who.
Philly, I'm gonna ask you a question about Philly. You worried about Devontae Smith? I mean, he had the boom, but then he got 2 games single digits.
Well, last week against Jacksonville, it was a little bit of a slugfest. They was down 14, down 11, something like that. They was down in the game. So I mean, the game script at that point still called for them to pass, but Miles Sanders was a career game last week for $1.26 or something like that, $1.30 and a 2 tutty. So you know what I mean. They can win either way. They offensive line is top 5 in passing and blocking. So Devontae is going to be a little bit of a hit and miss with him. Because AJ, no matter what, is the number 1 dog for sure. You know what I mean? But Devontae ain't nothing but a flex play.
Robert Woods or Devontae Smith? That's what G going through right now.
If I had shares of either one of them, but shit, give me Devontae over Robert Woods this week because I think
Be a
fucking
high
Philly is
game.
gonna run through these boys and they gonna put up at least 30 something. Devontae could be a recipient of that.
Hollywood continues to be on a tear, doing what he did before with Lamar. Now he's doing it with Kyler.
Right, but he got a big play
It's
Slay.
Philly.
He got big play Slay this week. So that's gonna be a 12-round heavyweight fight. So can he get the best of him? You still fired him up. If I had a share of Hollywood, I wouldn't be afraid to fire him up. But look what he done did. Look at his track record this season. Like there's some of the big names in the league.
Hollywood or Mike Williams?
And Chargers got fucking Cleveland. Give me Mike Dub.
I'll take Hollywood right there. Olave or Hollywood?
Give me Olave.
All right. This is another game I'm looking forward to. Cincinnati versus Baltimore. Should be a slugfest right here. I think it's a mixing game. I think it's a mixing game. I think this is Jamar Chase. They've been on Chase bumper, but Baltimore starts a lot of young cornerbacks over there. They've been getting eaten up all year. Bateman ruled out. You know, Dobbins was looking good last week. Does he continue, or do they kind of end up playing from behind? We'll see. This gonna be a
Man, I
game.
need the opposite of what the Bills game was for Lamar, man. On everything. I need the first 3 weeks of Lamar, you know, for real. And this is a division game. And with them both being at the top of this division right now, you know, I need fireworks in October. You know what I mean? So yeah, like you said, no Bateman, you know. You got a whole bunch of Duvernay and the boy Robinson, you know what I mean? Who else you got? Nothing but Mark Andrews, and that's his guy. And a whole lot of running from Lamar. So yeah, give me Lamar. I got a lot of shares of Lamar. But shit, what about Tito? How the matchup between T and Jamar? How you feeling right now about that? Are you trying to get from up under Jamar?
Hell nah, shit. You drafted him in the top 5 pick. Damn near, he was going top 6 in a lot of leagues. So hell nah, you ain't getting away from him. I mean, it's just he's getting all the attention right now. T. Higgins is getting it. They're getting the same amount of targets. You know, they're real close on catches. T. Higgins the bigger target right now. Jamar was doing all his damage. A lot of it was after the catch. It ain't working like that. They own him. I ain't getting up out of him, but I consider trading him for some bodies. I sent some good trades in Ryan last week that I'm actually glad he didn't take it because a lot of them involved me giving up multiple players for Chase, and one of them being a player that's outperforming him. So
yeah. But this is kind of like what his track record was last year, though, you know, staying mediocre, staying somewhere between that 13, 15, wherever he is right now, kind of like them few games. And then he had the boom in week 1. And that's kind of what it was last year. You know, solid, boom, boom. He had big boom games. He had like about 6 boom games out of 17 games, 18 games, 17 games, excuse me. So he has that big playability. So yeah, no, I wouldn't be trying to get from up under him as well because eventually it's gonna pop. And he got the potential to do it multiple times. He's not one of them guys that can only do it twice in the season. You know what I mean? He could do it 3, 4 times in the season. As long as he's not dutting you out like how Cooper can, or you know what I mean, something like that, where he only getting you single digits. You know what I mean? That's when you start to worry.
I ain't worried about him. Who's gonna catch the ball on Baltimore? Mark Andrews. It's gonna be a whole bunch of Mark Andrews, Duvernay. What's it gonna
Tylan
be?
Wallace and James Porsche. It says that's who they got suited up.
Lamar gonna be running this game.
Man,
Bateman's his big play guy. I mean,
Duvernay
Prochet is
has
pretty
the
quick.
capability of doing it as well. But I ain't firing up Duvernay.
I think Baltimore hits a wall. This is the wall they're hitting right now. You know, they gave up some games that they should have won, gave up some big leads and ended up winning. I
Right.
think they don't even know who they are right now, and we're gonna find out tomorrow when Cincinnati hit them in the mouth.
Yeah, it's a little bit more on their defense than it is on their offense.
Oh yeah, for
They
sure.
not getting to the quarterback. They not playing Baltimore football.
They starting 3 young corners, like rookies
Yeah.
at one point. So it's gonna bound to happen. Let's get to the last game of the night. Las Vegas versus the Chiefs. You know, this division is still out there. You know, Vegas, they always play the Chiefs hard. Always. Do they go get one in Kansas City? We don't know, but we talking fantasy right now.
Them boys drove
Carr.
around the stadium last year when they won in Kansas City. They did a victory lap in the buses. Oh, mama. And
Uh,
when
are
they
you
played in
more
the
worried
second,
about Devontae Adams or Chase?
I ain't worried about neither one of them because they
I'm worried
both.
about Adams. I think Adams' range is going to be like 17 to 20, 21. Carr ain't doing it unless something changes. Waller ain't been doing shit. You know, Adams getting force fed a little bit. Everybody who jumped on the Mac Hollins as a good streaming start. Renfro back after concussion. Jacobs has been a solid point. You know, they got their first win. But I'm worried. I mean, Carr playing for his life and it ain't clicking over there. It ain't what everybody thought it was gonna be when Devontae Adams came over. I know, at least for me, it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Devontae because he has scored in the first 3 games, and the targets is there. So the target share market is still what it was in Green Bay, even though he doesn't have Aaron Rodgers. I still got faith in him to be a top 5, top 7 receiver, just based on the talent that he is, and Carr gonna get him that ball. So yeah, he might not be the number 2, the number 3 receiver that he was in Green Bay, but he's definitely gonna give you ROI because you got him, you know, at the end of the first, somewhere in the second round. He's not deading out like that. So I ain't afraid of that. He'll be all right.
Hey, this is we should call this. Do we finally trust any Kansas City receiver other than Kelsey segment? Have we found a receiver we trust? Is it Juju?
Bro, Juju gonna be he definitely gonna be the guy that the second guy that Mahomes looks for. That's for sure. Yeah, it
Can
shows. It
can
shows.
CEH keep it up?
CEH is somebody that I'm trying to get sell high on. He's
It seems
definitely
like he could do a lot with a little though. You
uh,
know, kind of like that Connor effect last year. You
yeah.
know, good offense. You know, being used in the pass catching. Pacheco definitely got some work, but that might be a good thing. That
Yeah, nah,
CEH
definitely.
isn't getting
Because it
16,
keeps him
17
fresh.
carries again.
It keep him
Yeah.
fresh, but yeah, nah, he's still definitely somebody that I'm trying to sell high on everything. But I mean, it's damn near. I mean, I know it's possible that he continues to do what he's doing, and I'm wrong on that shit. Oh my mama, I just been burnt on him too. Pause on everything. I don't like that shit. That shit.
22, 15, 14, 22. Those are his numbers.
Mm-hmm. You
Sound like
know,
a bad week is 12 to 14.
yeah. And then,
Good
like you
week is
said, the receiving he's eating in the receiving game. Three receptions, 32 yards. 4 receptions, 44 yards. 5 receptions, 39 yards, and he got 3 receiving TDs on top of 2 rushing TDs. 5 TDs on the season, on everything, and he almost hit for a hundo last week on the ground. So I'm definitely disrespecting him. That's for sure.
Well,
As a fantasy player.
yeah, nah, I'm fucking with CEA still, man. I'm gonna rock with him a little bit longer. I might be a little bit biased, but shit, in that offense that doesn't have no other red zone threats except Kelsey, Tyreek Hill's not getting those, those sweeps and trick plays. So, run CEH in that offense for sure. Hey, tomorrow though, man, 6:30 a.m. game, London, man. Giants, and the motherfucking Packers, man. A
Right.
lot of people got Aaron Jones. A lot of people got Dylan, a lot of people got Aaron Rodgers playing. Everybody got Barkley playing. So it's gonna be some people going in at 10 o'clock like, ooh, or yeah.
Right. You better stay tuned to your lineups, bruh. Everything.
But yeah, man, it's that Heart to Start late night Friday special, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Definitely love hanging out with y'all on a regular, man, and getting right for this week 5, man. Feel me?
Right.
Got anything you want to say to the people on the way out?
Shit. We firing up back next week. Everything. Back hopefully with a couple episodes for y'all, man. This first week in a minute we got y'all 2 episodes.
Y'all go
Everything.
Y'all go back and follow that Heart to Start podcast on Instagram. And man, look, we're gonna see y'all next week, man, on that recap, man. Happy Sunday, man. It's almost 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock somewhere, man. Let's get it.
And game in 6 hours.
6 hours. We out.